So if you're wondering how close you can get to the airplanes here, the answer is this close. Wow. Since we acquired the Picasso, past the Picasso here, a lot of people have asked sort of what the deal is, who actually owns it. So we've come all the way to London to meet the owner, Ashley here at Palmdale Motors.
I love this car.
So you've got a lot of history with this car. How did it come to you, and what is it you do here?
So we source cars for people,
Okay.
and we source some more interesting stuff, as you'll see, but we also source normal cars for normal people. And Simon came to us in 2019 and said that he's had his Citroen Xsara Picasso for a long time. And it's a bit worried it might start to get unreliable because it's well past 400,000 miles, which got our attention. So we sourced him a Citroen C3 as a replacement. And we were more excited about the fact that we were going to part exchange the Xsara Picasso. So we took it in part exchange. We paid an undisclosed sum of money for it. And it arrived here with 479,000 miles, something in that kind of region. And we expect it to arrive here and just be at the end of its life.
Yeah, call to the breakers yard.
And we took it in and we took it for a spin and we had a look around it, and it wasn't perfect, but it drove really well.
It does.
The idea comes, well, if it's done 479,000 miles,
how far can it go?
right, exactly. So of course the next big thing would be, can we get up to 500,000 miles? So we stuck a new clutch in it because the clutch was starting to slip a little bit. To be fair, it's on its third clutch now. The first clutch lasted past 250,000 miles. But obviously Simon's a bit more heavy-footed since then. So the second one only went to 479,000 miles. Stuck a clutch in it. And then the pandemic hit, which meant that our idea about using it and lending it out to people, which we'd done some of by that time, changed tacks because we needed a second car to ferry, because we weren't taking public transport anymore to pick up the cars for our clients. We needed something to ferry our team around in. So we were doing like 500 to 1,000 miles a week in this thing. And then as we approached the 500,000 miles, we stopped because we didn't want it to go over.
Okay.
We wanted to film it and make a big scene of it. And we actually, when we hit the 500,000 miles, we got Simon back here, and there's a video somewhere on the interwebs of
we'll link to that.
Cool. Of Simon actually being in the car, and he's the one who took it over the 500,000 mile mark. Brilliant. And then we're like, it's still running really well.
Because it's very clear, he obviously looked after this car very well indeed.
We use this, when we're speaking to clients about buying cars, we use this car as an example the whole time. This is a great example of, if you maintain a car properly, it will last forever. If you don't maintain a car properly, it will die pretty quickly. And the service history file on this thing is, I mean, it's just, he serviced it. Like, oil change every 5,000 or 6,000 miles. Anything the car needed, he did.
But it's still original engine, original gearbox.
Original engine, original gearbox, original radiator.
Wow.
Third clutch. I mean, we know you've done other videos on this car. Just how is the interior not shredded to hell?
And the trace. I guess he wasn't ferrying family around in it, because
he was.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I get the feeling his kids get the same kind of treatment my daughter, which is, you don't eat in daddy's cars. You know, you don't put your feet up in daddy's cars. You know, my poor daughter, she has a terrible time of it. But you know, I think his kids are a bit older. But well, maybe they try to ruin it, but you cannot kill a Citroen Xsara Picasso.
Apparently not.
Who knows?
And since it joined our fleet temporarily, we've added 2,000 miles, so she's now on 511,000 miles and shows no signs of quitting anytime soon.
The question is, how far do we reckon we can get this old bag of bolts?
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to find out. I mean, first of all, we've got to drive all the way back to Wales in it, but then we're trying to work out where it goes next. So that will be an update at a future point. But yeah, it's been fascinating to finally encounter this car, because I've known of you for quite a while, and this car, since you started putting the miles on it, I was following the hashtag past the Picasso. So yeah, I've known this car for ages. I even tried to buy it about a year ago.
Oh, you did, didn't you? I forgot about that.
And it just didn't work. We hadn't got space for it at the time.
It was so nice when you pulled up just to see it again. Because I remember when these were new, I thought they were the ugliest thing ever. It looks like an egg.
Yeah.
I love this thing now. I genuinely, like, if this got damaged, if it's got written off, I'd be more upset.
Yeah, I feel that.
many
I don't
more
drive
expensive
around
stuff
like
here.
it's a car I don't care about. There's a responsibility to help it get to wherever it's going to go next. So yeah, I feel that very much. And you'll be able to follow us as we drive back to Wales in this car again. But I just want to give a quick shout out. This is also a bit car reunited. Because this Crown Vic, you may have seen on the Also Driven channel. Also Driven were the previous custodians, if you like, of the Pasta Picasso. It was with them before it came to us. So two cars you don't generally see together, but here they are reunited. So lovely. Well, thank you very much.
Pleasure, anytime.
And we shall get heading back to Wales. Oh yeah. While we're here, we thought we'd go plane spotting, because this is Heathrow. Pasta Picasso is close to where it technically lives, but we're going to take a ridiculous small dog and go look at planes. So if you're wondering how close you can get to the airplanes here, the answer is this close. Wow. I think this might be the paddock that Jerry of Big Jet TV parks himself in. I think I recognise some of those pesky horses. And you can see, you might be able to see the lights in the distance as they're all on the glide slope rather, coming in. Marvellous. I think this is Jerry's paddock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he must get permission to park in here.
Yeah.
And then he can get nice and high and actually watch the landings, whereas we can't actually see the runway from here. This actually feels mildly terrifying. There we go, that's going to come right over the top of us. Wow. Oi. That's amazing. Nothing short of amazing. Whoa. And that's a tiddler. How do aeroplanes work? Amazing. Not sure Diego's enjoying it quite as much as we are. But yeah, very nice to be here. But we've still got to drive all the way home, which is quite a long way. We're about 200 miles away. I was hoping a 380 was coming in, but I've just had a quick look on flight radar. I can't see any lined up at the moment. Now we're still slightly lower than the street light, so we should be all right. Geek. Oh, can you see it landing? Because we can't.
This is 787 Dreamliner from Bogota on Avianca livery.
From Bogota. Where is Bogota?
Where is Bogota?
Colombia?
South America.
I think I'm right. Wow. Our next arrival is an A350 coming all the way from Vancouver. I apologise for the fact we're not as professional as the airport streamers. They have cameras that actually zoom and stuff. I've just got an action camera on a stick. But A350 is quite a large bird. Not 4-engine large, but you know, up there. So here we go. It looks like it's barely moving, this Airbus A350 from Vancouver in Canada. That's crossed the Atlantic, and now here it is. Oi, big bird. Yeah. Well, there we go. That was a bit of fun. Diego's had a nice little walk. We've seen lots of aeroplanes. Timed it perfectly. We just started walking away. They've just switched runways. So Nadia and are coming onto a different runway. I think that was 27 left, is it?
What's that?
There's a left runway, isn't it? We were just standing at, I think. And now they're coming into the right, which is further away, so we can't see them. Plus we shall get the dog back in his little cage.
We'll be doing that Merlin dance along the...
Yeah. And we shall continue our way back to Wales. Well, it's been a pleasant day of plane spotting. Yeah. And now we're going to drive all the way home, which is about 4 hours away. At this point, hold on, the M25 is backing up onto the M4, making that extra exciting. But I think we're through it. But yeah, did you enjoy it, dear?
Oh, I loved it.
And don't forget you can look at the camera when you're saying these things.
But then I feel like it's going to look up my nostrils or something. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Just watching planes, and it was lovely to see lots of families.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about cheap day out, take your sandwiches and go watch planes. I think that's brilliant. But yeah, it's been really, really good. It was a Honda E ahead.
There's a Honda E ahead.
I like those.
Very Honda-y.
It is. And you probably can't see it. It's tucked behind this Tesla.
Yeah, look at that. We got an ENV200 Tesla, Honda E. The world's going electric, people.
Come on, come on.
I'm trying to get you a shot of it.
Come on.
But I also don't want to get done for speeding.
No. So cute.
They are very cute.
I really like those.
Oh, we get a bit of indicator action.
Oh,
it's off. Whee! Don't go too wee, you'll get done for speeding.
Oh, and there's some planes. Yeah, it's just been fantastic because we watch a lot of the airplane feeds every day, don't we?
Yeah.
And it was just awesome to see where our favourite YouTubers go and watch the planes. But I do feel for the people in that locale because, crikey, people are just
parking everywhere, leaving litter everywhere.
No, I will say we didn't do either of those things. We parked away and we walked in and
our litter all went in the bin.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
But it has been superb.
Back up to 70 miles an hour.
Yeah, and it was nice to meet Also Driven's formerly Also Driven's, now Ashley of Palmdale Motors, Crown Vic as well.
Yeah, our big old beasties.
Big old beast. Even bigger than Betty. There isn't much in it though, is there? It's like 50 centimetres or something.
No, there aren't much. But nonetheless, Betty does look small next to a Crown Vic, as I know, because she sat next to Furious Driving's Crown Vic at the NEC last year. Was it last March? Yeah.
And didn't you do the Ford show together as well?
We did. Yeah, good point. Forgot about that one. Yeah. So, I'm used to looking at Crown Vics. But I've certainly driven one, and that Mr. Furious is... we've watched Cletus McFarlane smash up plenty of them.
Yes.
But yeah, we didn't really film the drive over here because not a lot happened. We got in the car and we sort of drove over here. There we go. It was a bit eventful. And we're hoping the drive home will be equally uneventful. But then Picasso is going to have a rest, and we shall hopefully do some Bella and bobbing.
Woohoo!
But we've got some preparing to do before we go gallivanting.
We
haven't got all that much time. We've only got a week and a half of the Easter holidays left.
But I think we may take a day out tomorrow.
Yeah, have a bit of rest. Yeah, and then
look.
plus we've got to spend some time preparing. Oh, stop staring at Honda E's.
It's so cute.
Oh, very cute. Oh, the girl's driving it's quite cute as well. Oops.
Oi!
What?
We'll have less of that, mate.
Oh.
We will have less of that. Cute.
Yep, we shall keep on driving all the way back to Wales.
To West Wales.
Well, you join us at a delightful Magor services. It's raining, it's miserable, it's horrible. I just wanted to show you the car, just to prove it's here, really. But we'll get in the car with the barking dog.
The dog just did a little balk.
The dog did just do a little balk. But yeah, it's going all right, isn't it?
Yeah, as in the Picasso or the time or what?
Everything, really.
Yeah,
the traffic was starting to get horrible, so we stopped here at Magor services
hopefully that
for a spot of Lyon.
by. And then we've had a brilliant day. We went to Palmdale Motors to take past Picasso home. It was lovely to see Ashley's face light up when he saw past Picasso.
He's clearly very, very fond of this car.
Yeah, which is wonderful. And to understand a bit more about this car and the fact that, you know, he wants it to go as far as it will possibly go. And it was also nice to hear him say about, you know, it's ridiculous the money he's put into this car.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what we've done with our cars.
Oh yeah, the business case for this car is non-existent.
Yeah.
But because you know, it doesn't really promote the sort of cars they're selling, so although they're getting some promotion out of this, it's not necessarily their target audience. I don't think.
No.
But, yeah, it sounds like quite a good service though. You say, I want this car, and they'll find you the car,
source it
and
for
you
you.
haven't got to do any of the faffing around and dealing with time wasters and idiots. They do that.
Yep.
Good
Poor
plan.
things.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's and this was a Part X, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Traded in for a C3. I wonder how the owner feels knowing it's still going.
I don't know, because
It'd be interesting to know.
he was involved. Actually, did do a little bit of filming for his own tiny little channel.
Whoa, he's got only tiny.
Tiny.
No,
little
but
channel.
he's just starting out on YouTube. He's done a couple of videos.
But he has done one with the original owner where they did take it up to 500,000 miles, which I think is cool.
He did it with the owner, but it's not on Ashley's channel. It's on somebody else's channel. We'll have to do a little ping.
We'll ping it
pop
somewhere.
that link there.
If you're watching on telly, nothing will ping at all. You'll just have to look in the description.
I
In
love
the
that when you watch
old-fashioned
it on
way.
telly, like, what?
Yeah. People go, look at the link. No, the link's over here usually, actually. And it isn't.
Yes.
Yeah, because links don't work on telly.
But yeah, it's been a wonderful few days. We've just been quite chilled, really, haven't we?
Yeah.
And, setting up little Miss Hubnut for her art GCSE.
Yeah. But yeah, we're going to go home, recover, and be on our way.
Bella.
But we're not going to bother filming the rest because I think it's going to be wet and miserable.
Yeah.
And
Unless something exciting happens, but we're kind of
never say never. It is a 511,000 mile car.
Yeah, and also the M4 and so on.
Yeah. So we'll keep the camera on standby, but otherwise I think we're going to wind this one up and say thank you very much for watching.
Thank you for watching.
So yeah, we shall see
See you
you
in a future video.
in a future video. Bye. I'm just going to put the wipers
We're
on.
going to do a
It's quite a pleasing wiper performance.
arty pachoo.